नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तद्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam, everybody, once again, a very warm welcome to today's show on the very auspicious occasion of the 45th Chaturmasya of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, our beloved Swamiji. And so today also we have two very special guests from KAILASA, Los Angeles. We have Ma Smarana and Sailesh Patelaya from KAILASA, LA. And today's topic is going to be about healing, especially healing through entanglement with the Master, with Swamiji, and healing through mantras. So we will be watching Swamiji's satsangs, discourses on the topic of healing today, and also invite Ma Smarana and Sailesh Pateraya to share their experiences, how Swamiji has healed them and their family. So Ma Smarana Ma and Sailesh Pateraya, a very warm welcome to today's special episode for the occasion of the 45th Chaturmasya of Swamiji. And I would like to invite you, Aya and Ma, to, if you could please introduce yourself, share a little bit about your journey with Swamiji. And yes, Aya.
So, Nithyanandam, I'm a psychiatrist. I'm practicing here in Los Angeles, and I know Swamiji since 2015. And this is my wife, Masmarna. She used to work in my private office, but now she's a housewife, and we both of us are volunteer and doing seva at the local temple here in Montclair, KAILASA, USA headquarters. And how we were introduced to Swamiji was in 2015. In fact, my daughter, who was 17 at that time, started having some medical problem. What she started having was some jaw pain in November 2014, but it started getting worse very quickly, and then she could not chew anything, and she had to eat everything liquid. We did many consultation with different doctor, including primary care, neurologist, psychiatrist, and then finally we were referred to UCLA, where we saw the specialist, including TMJ specialist and neurosurgeon, but none of that was helping. So in February 2015, my nephew Sadasiv Priya introduced us to Swamiji, and we started going to local temple. And we decided to take my daughter to Inner Awakening program in 2015 July. And being in that program made a big difference, and we got like almost 60% healing done. And so because of that big change we saw, we decided to go again to a program in Phuket, 2015 December. And when we came back from that program, while we were in plane, when we landed, the pain was 100% gone. And since then, the pain had never come back. So we have seen this miracle attending to programs. You want to say anything else?
Yes, definitely. I remember, I think in 2015, this was in Los Angeles. I was also there.
Yes.
It was, before meeting Swamiji, before going and having the darshan of Swamiji, I remember how a painful situation it was in your life,
Yes.
and
Yes.
definitely your dearest daughter. So you had both of you had come to the temple with your daughter and shared how such a painful journey it was, and she was trying to find different solutions. You were trying in different ways, and finally, what a relief after going to Swamiji, after attending the Inner Awakening program. I could see that
Yes.
Janu was smiling and so happy. It was really
Right. Yeah.
nice to see all of you. And definitely, I remember that journey that, even if it is painful, it has brought all of you, the whole family, to Swamiji.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
And what I want to say is yes, because that was such an experience in a life. You have hear all these, stories that, you can, this happens, but when it happens to you, when you experience, that is just how I was praying every single day that, the miracle happen. And exactly that's how it happened. She woke up and she says, Mom, the pain is gone. And it was just like, and it's still so, like, that's the experience is making me just to connect very, very strongly to, to connect to Swamiji, because, he is an avatar. He is Bhagwan. Only Bhagwan can do this.
And yes, yeah, well, how you said you saw before we went July 2015, the our journey from February until July when we were coming to temple, how helpless and hopeless we were feeling, and um, doing the program, it was just 100% uh, improvement and 360 difference in life. Yes.
yes, so yeah, what a great blessing really Swamiji is for each and every one of us. Actually,
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
each one has gone through our own journeys, and I'm sure every single one, uh, have some experience or the other how Swamiji has healed us. I mean, of course, in every level, whether it is physical, emotional, psychological, mental, in different levels. But definitely, each one of us have experienced the physical level healing that Swamiji just miraculously heals us. And really a blessing for us that we know that Swamiji will take care, and he's literally taken care of us in so many ways.
Yeah.
So it is nothing. We don't, like you said, you had tried different ways. The modern science could suggest every possible solutions that you have tried, and finally, go to Swamiji, and
Yes.
Swamiji just simply simply has
Yeah,
healed us.
I am physician, and with my all connection and all the specialist, we could not do anything. And how you said, it's not just that's an example what we saw the difference with my daughter, but with the program we have seen changes in our lives also.
Yes, we also have changed, we feel our life have changed. So blissful, so much, I mean, I just had both kids got married now, and the way how he is, how he takes care of you, and, just in your life, when you just surrender to him. Yes.
Actually, Mas Marana and Selishaya, I want to ask a question. If you can please, explain to our viewers, like exactly, for example, for how long, your daughter has been having this pain and what all you did, where all you went, for the healing, to find a diagnosis, and then, what happened, when she met Swamiji, did she attend any programs such as inner awakenings, any processes, like, did she receive direct initiation from Swamiji? If you could please share a little bit. And, the reason I'm asking is because there are so many people around the globe who are suffering from various ailments and diseases, but unfortunately, modern science is not able to, not let alone give them a cure. They are not even able to give a diagnosis why, why they are having pains and so on, right, or other issues that they are having with their body. So many people are suffering, and and Swamiji is just giving such simple solutions even to cancer. There are so many testimonies from people around the globe where Swamiji has healed them from cancer, from diabetes, even from various allergies. And it is so simple, where people around the globe are having to spend thousands of dollars for their treatment, but it's just useless, just wasting money, and on top dumping chemicals, pills into their bodies, leading to more side effects. So if you could please um, share more details with our viewers, because then this can help them see how they can just come to Swamiji and just receive healing from Swamiji and just get cured so easily.
Pain started in November 2014, but within 2-3 weeks, the pain got so severe she could not chew and had to take only liquid diet. So we have seen her primary doctor and all the neurologists, two neurologists in Bakersfield area where we used to live, and TMJ specialist at UCLA, and we had several scans, including X-ray, CT scan, MRI. Finally, they did a facial scan, and we were told there is a possibility of tumor in the head, and we were referred to a surgeon. When we met with surgeon, the surgeon did not agree with the diagnosis and told us that he could not do anything. At that point, we, as a family, three of us sat together and decided now we did all medical aspect what we could do, and we have to find another solution. And that's the time, I think it was around May or June 2014, we decided to go to India and attend Inner Awakening program. And the program, if we talk more detail, where we saw the difference when we are sitting with Swamiji during mandala process, and Swamiji doing the process with different chanting different mantra, and some of what Swamiji does during process we may or may not understand, but we saw physical difference in her pain, and uh, that's what gave us encouragement to continue doing all the processes and completion and other process during the program.
So first program, she was healed about 60 to 70%. And when we came back, we see that, she's healed. So we decided to go again. And so same thing, another IA, and she was so second program we did it in December to Phuket, and that's where she got the initiation, and you know Swamiji said that I will heal you, ma, and she was just holding on to that so strongly. uh, so end of the program, she said that, mom, it didn't work this time. And then you know at at that time we said, no, just surrender, and Swamiji's initiation it will work. He is working, and he is healing you, so just hold on to that. And when we flew back, when we were flying back, in the plane, she was hardly able to sleep with this pain. It was so severe that it was like taking uh, so much energy and, like, I would say, life away from her. And so, it yeah, she woke up, and she says, mom, look at the pain is gone. And that just like that. And So yes, I know people do ask me, what Swamiji do? What did he do? How she got healed? Does he do like some medicine? Nothing. And I said, just being around him. That's the and initiation, um, his hug, and that's
And sitting in the Mandela process. Yes. Mhm.
yes,
So actually, yes, ma. Actually, I remember as you went through the whole journey, because it is not the pain in the hand or somewhere else. It is in the jaw. Naturally, she's not able to eat, and naturally that led to a lot of weight loss. I
yeah,
remember when before you went and met Swamiji, how like she had lost so much weight. She was very skinny and very weak,
yeah.
and definitely that was a situation. And of course, with Swamiji's blessings, he's completely healed her. Now I think she's also a doctor, if am I right?
Yes,
Yes, she's
She's
also a
residency program. She's a second year resident.
yes,
great, and also married now, happily,
Yes.
settled in.
yes.
Okay, wonderful. Actually, I do have a question, Shailesh. Yeah, it's like you being a doctor, and I'm sure you have spent a lot of years in training to be a doctor, studying, practicing. How did this whole incident with the daughter's medical?
You got muted.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry. I'll just repeat the question. So you have, studied for doctor, trained to be a doctor, and practiced medicine for so many years. How did this whole situation shift your cognition, understanding about medical science, and what it can do versus like how did it shift your whole cognition?
Right. Yeah. So, see, as being a psychiatrist, I would say what you think, what you uh, think of yourself, around surrounding and people around you and all environment, all that does matter. And when you are with avatar, you get this powerful cognition that changes how you think for yourself and the world and people around you, and that can make big difference. Versus when the medication and medical approach has its own limitation, which can help in certain situation, but beyond certain things, it cannot help. That's one thing. And there are many illness or just general well-being can change significantly with the spiritual path with Swamiji. And how we change ourselves with the powerful cognition. And when we are in programs, we get entangled with Swamiji and sitting in the process that gets you aligned with the or at least you can make an attempt to get aligned with Swamiji, and that you see the difference right away there, mentally and physically.
Yes, I definitely. And actually, also, I would like to. I see so many people commenting here on the chat, and I would like to invite all the viewers here. If you have any such healing experiences, with Swamiji, where Swamiji has healed you, please, you can put as a comment, and we would love to read out your healing experiences with Swamiji. And yes, we have Paramashiva Senapati, we have Shri Nitya Divyananda, Masmita Sahai, and we have Kailas San Diego NHU, as well as yes, Shri Loganathanaya. Please, if you have any such healing experiences with Swamiji, we welcome you to put comments here. And Smarana and Selishaya, you've put it so beautifully. Just being in the presence of Swamiji, that itself brings so much of healing. And it is not just superficial healing. It is actually the healing happens deep inside our being, as you've mentioned, which is what happened to your daughter as well. You've seen the changes in her being. So the healing happens deep inside of our being that automatically expresses as a physical wellness and mental wellness. And actually, we would like to watch the first the first satsang for today, where Swamiji beautifully explains about entanglement, healing through entanglement, where nothing is required, just being in his presence, just surrendering to him. That's all is required, and he does all the job. Actually, I remember in one of the inner awakenings, Swamiji was sharing. He was saying that, he doesn't need our cooperation. He doesn't need anything from us. He just needs us to be there in his presence. But sometimes, he makes us do some things like writing and so on, so that we feel we are doing something, but actually nothing, nothing is actually required. Just being in his presence, that's it. He does all the work. It's just so simple like that. So let us, watch the first satsang for today, and where Swamiji so beautifully explained the science behind the entanglement.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis sitting with us around the world at this moment in 654 places through NTV, 24 places 2V Nayana Diksha, in 177 cities in 20 countries. Today the first question. Swamiji, what is spiritual healing? Can you explain the way we can understand? First, I wanted to say few basic truths about the spiritual healing scientifically. See, the other day, I was reading an article by Dr. Bruce Lipton, who has done some of the breakthrough scientific discoveries connecting the science and spirituality. In his article, he is quoting a term called entanglement from quantum physics. In quantum physics, there is a term entanglement. Means when one energy source entangles with another, they interfere with each other. This interference can be highly positive and transformative and harmonious. Please understand, if one energy source comes in contact with another, one energy source entangles with another, they interfere with each other, that interference can be harmonious and highly positive and transforming. Another one physicist, Amit Goswami, he published an article in Physics Journal. In that, he very clearly proves entanglement directly affects human beings. Please understand, entanglement affects human beings. There are thousands of examples for entanglement. If you have some 200 pendulum clocks put on one wall, the wall can be any length. It does not need to be within certain length. It can be like China wall, any length. If you have few hundred pendulum clocks, even if it is a long wall, put hundreds of pendulum clocks and start them all at different times. See, within next few minutes, all the pendulums will swing in synchronicity. Exactly, this is what happens when you come in the breathing space of the healer. Please understand. When you come in my breathing space, this is what happens. Suddenly, your mind gets entangled with my no mind. I wanted to tell you, entanglement is only in the thought level. If your mind entangles with my no mind, it is entanglement, thought level. Next, please understand, if your muscle memory gets entangled with my muscle memory, that is called entrainment. If your biomemory gets entangled with my biomemory, it's called enlightenment. Entanglement can move to entrainment, then entrainment can become enlightenment. You need to know a few things. How this healing happens. See, healing happens in the entanglement level. Kundalini awakening happens in the entrainment level. Levitation happens in deeper than entrainment. I can say momentary enlightenment. This is very important truth. This truth about the entanglement, because this opens many doors, many possibilities, many understandings. How I heal through healers? Because all my healers are pendulum clocks. Any other broken, little altered pendulum clock, I add it in one wall. Both clocks start swinging synchronicity. Understand? That's all. Each one of my healer is my pendulum clock. If you are little broken, disturbed, Pendulum clock, if both are hung in one breathing space, your pendulum also starts vibrating, moving. The same tune. And a living practicing healer, please understand, living practicing healer is continuously in entanglement with me. He may be wherever he is. A living practicing healer is continuously in entangle with me. This is what I call physiology of feeling connection. A practicing healer, who lives whatever I am teaching, as long as he retains the feeling connection, the very physiology becomes different. Entanglement means two-person falling in tune with same thought. Entrainment means two-person falling in tune with the same idea. Enlightenment means two-person uniting beyond ideas. When you unclutch, you are in entangle with me. You are in entanglement with me. This again opens a huge door. Then is the thoughts of a healer going to affect us? I say yes. That is why I am telling you, go to a person only who is thoughtless and beyond mind. Do not receive healing from ordinary Reiki healers, this healers, that healers. No. Receive only from Enlightened Being. And all my healers, during the moment of healing, because they are entangled with me, they represent me, and it is equivalent to you receiving healing directly from me. You don't need to worry at all, doubt at all about my healers. Understand? This is the physiology of feeling connection. When you have a feeling connection, your very physiology is different. And feeling connection has its own physiology. When you have feeling connection, your physiology is different. Feeling connection itself has its own physiology. One more thing you need to know. All the doctors, even allopathy doctors, need to raise their energy level high. Otherwise, when you treat the patient, when the patient feels respectful, feeling connection with you, you are going to entangle yourself with the patient. If you don't raise your energy to the higher level, you are going to get the patient's disease to you. Understand, entanglement can be negative also. If you are not energetic enough to protect yourself, if you do not have a direct protection of an enlightened being or higher frequency, if you don't have higher entanglement, only lower entanglements in your life, you are bound to fall sick. In the grown-up countries, they are suffering because they are not able to dispose the garbage. One city collects from the whole city and dumps it to another one village. That village collects and dumps it to another one village. They collect it and dump it in another one city. Same way only the so-called grown-up societies are suffering, unable to dump the inner garbage. The housewife collects everything and dumps on the husband. Husband collects everything and dumps on the psychiatric doctor. Psychiatric doctor collects and dumps everything on another one, his psychiatric doctor. His psychiatric doctor do not know where to go and dump. The dumping garbage has become a big problem for the humanity in grown-up countries. Not only external, internal also. In India, fortunately, we know the garbage into ashes without any side effect or after effect, without leaving anything affecting the environment. Method of dumping the inner garbage without creating any societal, environmental pollution, side effect and after effect is deity worship. Each deity energized, which went through the prana pratishtha process, is in entanglement with higher consciousness. That is what I prove when I materialize. See, when a devotee can receive vibhuti or kumkum and materialize, same thing. The deity also receives vibhuti, kumkum and materializes. How? When somebody's kundalini is awakened, when somebody is initiated as a healer, is in entanglement with me, same way the deity is also in entanglement with me. Once the prana pratishtha is done, that deity is continuously in entanglement with that superconsciousness. Ramanatha Swami is in entanglement with Sri Ramachandra and the consciousness Sri Ramachandra experienced, which is Shiva himself. Because Ramanatha Swami installed, Rama installed that Ramanatha Swami in Rameshwaram. Now the Ramanatha Swami is in entanglement with Rama and Rama's pure inner consciousness. Same way there is a deity called Krishneshwar in Dwarka, installed and worshipped by Krishna. That deity is in entanglement with Krishna and the Krishna's inner space, which is Shiva himself. Same way in Tiruvannamalai, there is a temple called Adi Annamalai. Please understand, the main Arunachaleshwara temple is Jiva Samadhi of Arunagiri Yogeshwara. But the Adi Annamalai temple is the deity installed by Arunagiri Yogeshwara for his own personal worship when he was in the body. Understand? That Adi Annamalai temple, small temple in the forest. Now it has become a small village. And the Shivalinga in the temple is in entanglement with Arunagiri Yogeshwara and of course Shiva himself. Arunagiri Yogeshwara is Shiva himself. Came in the physical form. So each deity is in entanglement with the consciousness which has installed it. That is why I am telling you, deity worship is one of the greatest garbage removing system, inner garbage removing system created by our ancient rishis. The whole Western countries, so-called developed countries, are suffering with unable to do the garbage removal. They are spending billions of dollars in the inner garbage removal, creating huge psychiatrists, psychoanalysts, and psychiatrists and psychoanalysts for psychiatrists and psychoanalysts. This therapy, that therapy. Any foolishness you talk in a very systematic way becomes one more therapy. Now something called, newly developing, called pet therapy. Having a pet is a therapy. Because you constantly care for the pet and take care, your attention gets diverted from the stress, and that heals. God. Where all finally you have to find healing, you see. Instead of finding from God, you find from dog. The East we do God therapy, there they do dog therapy. And having dog is very high culture. And having God or your own Ishta Devata is superstitious. 32.4%, 75 million Americans are suffering from clinically provable mental disorder every year. Please understand. Who needs clinical attention. I'm not even talking about the borderline personalities. You know borderline personality means? They will look almost alright till you touch one of their wrong engram. Just one engram. When they come, you did not smile, or you smiled at somebody else and said Nithyanandam, over. I am not even talking about borderline personalities, people who need direct clinical attention, medical attention, 75 million. See, the garbage disposal problem. In the Vedic tradition, we know how to burn the garbage and make it as a manure. All our temples, we burn your garbage, internal garbage, and transform you, make the whole garbage into manure and give it back to you. Means you go to temples only when you have a problem or to feel little stress-free? No. When you finish your business accounts, go to temple and offer your gratitude. When you finish some of your life-related decisions, go to temple and offer the gratitude. If you have finished building the house, go to the temple, offer the gratitude. If you got married, go to the temple, offer the gratitude. Any major events in your life, connect it with the temple. Even entertainment, entrainment, enlightenment, everything should happen with entanglement. Creating a new word, entemplement. Life should become entemplement, because that is the easiest way of clearing the inner garbage. I don't know why these human beings are still not understanding. You don't know the Western countries, how many billions of dollars they are spending every year, creating medicine, psychiatric doctors and the infrastructures. Every county will have at least one psychiatric care center or hospital, doctor. Entanglement is the most powerful way. Entangling yourself with an enlightened being is the most easiest and powerful way to raise yourself to the higher level and get enlightened. I can give you a simple technique to have entanglement with me. Just morning, sit in the satsang, that's all. Every day morning satsang itself is entanglement with me. Understand? The science of entanglement, entrainment and enlightenment proves the spiritual healing. See, in the entanglement level, physical healing happens. In the entrainment level, mental transformation happens. In the enlightenment level, conscious explosion happens. If you are in the entanglement level, just physical healing happens. If you are in the entrainment level, means muscle memory, doing what I am saying, the transformation happens. If you are in the enlightenment level, just melting, the very mystical doors of life opens and the enlightenment, conscious explosion happens. And my every satsang is programmed, I can say, entanglement enabled. When you open any one of my satsang, we should make a word, entanglement enabled. The constant entanglement happens. That is why many times, the ideas which you never heard directly from my mouth or from the discourse, you will be telling to others. You would have heard only 5 ideas. But when you expand it to others, explain it to others, when others question you, you will have 25 ideas coming out of you. You may be thinking, where did I get this? Entanglement. If you get 5 ideas from me verbally and talk 10 to others, you are in entanglement level. If you get only 1 idea from me and talk 100 to others, you are in entrainment level. You just saw me and started exploding, you are in enlightenment level. Entanglement is a very important basic truth. You need to understand the science of healing. This levitation, Kundalini awakening, everything happens just through this great truth of entanglement. Nothing else. Understand, when you are in entanglement with me, I give my inner space to you, which is lighter than the outer space. I'll explain in a very detailed way the science of levitation through this great truth of entanglement. Understand? Kadakasha means the inner space you have inside your body. Chidakasha, the space in which your body is sitting. Parakasha, the cosmic sky, cosmic space. If your inner space is more heavy, dirty with more matter, mass means thoughts. If it is more heavy than the Chidakasha, your outer space, you will be grounded, very strong, fixed, glued to the ground. All I do is, for a few minutes, a few seconds, I make your inner space lighter than the outer space by removing the mass, dirt. Means those few seconds you are in entanglement with my inner space, purest consciousness. Because your inner space loses its mass, dirt, weight, the body just starts jumping, hopping, levitating. But this is only initiation. By and by, after a few times, your inner space starts believing, oh God, thoughtless light space is possible for me. That is my nature. But because of my habit, I am habituated to live in a heavy, clouded, space, heavy, loaded space. I can be in thoughtless space. That is my nature. That is my original nature. That will become experience in you. If you are constantly initiated and exposed to the pure inner space, then once you are exposed to that, by and by your biomemory, muscle memory, inner space, everything starts enjoying that space and starts living in that space. It becomes living enlightenment. This is the way the entanglement becomes entrainment, entrainment becomes enlightenment. Entanglement is initiation. Every entanglement I made is an endowment I created. Now you need to live it to make it as enlightenment. I bless you all who are sitting with us around the world at this moment, in 1050 places through NTV, 24 places two-way Nayanadiksha, in 250 cities in 23 countries. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
So beautifully, Swamiji explained the science of healing. So much of revelation in this one satsang that Swamiji has shared. And what really amazes me is, in addition to revealing that such great depths, and of course, giving us that experience through the entanglement, that space of oneness and lightness in us, anything Swamiji has, any gift that Swamiji has, he simply gives it all. I mean, earlier we were discussing how Swamiji has healed, right? In your case with Majanu. But Swamiji doesn't always keep us to going to him for healing. He makes each one of us into a healer. Whatever powers he has, he gives to us, and even that as a path to enlightenment. As Swamiji was explaining, when you become a healer, when you are a practicing healer, you are in entanglement with me. And it is so beautiful, and we can see that not only the power of healing, any power, any science that Swamiji has, he immediately comes and shares with each one and every one of us. So it was such a beautiful satsang, and I would like to ask both of you, what was your powerful cognition from this satsang? And every time Swamiji was talking about psychiatrists, I would like to hear Shaila Saya's response on this. How was it? What was the powerful cognitions you got from this satsang?
How Swamiji said, any physician profession and particularly psychiatrist profession, right? During my first inner awakening, that's what Swamiji told me. Keep yourself in higher frequency. Otherwise, how he explained, you start getting entangled with other people's problem, and that can get you down. And uh, that's very true. I have seen that, and but that understanding helped me understand this process of entangle. Now being with Swamiji for 10 years, we see that like even what we do here in Los Angeles temple, we know Swamiji knows sitting in KAILASA somewhere in the world, but he knows what's going on here. That's the how uh, the process, what the to understand the entanglement, right? We also had one other experience during our first inner awakening. Uh, like as I mentioned, we went for healing. So my daughter used to have the pain, right? And the process that the program was in Varanasi, and that was in one hotel, and all participants were in different hotels. So during one break time, we went back to our hotel. This somebody next to our room was some kind of healer or some physical therapy or something he used to do in South India. So he talked us into doing that. Like, I can heal your daughter by doing this. And we being new people, we thought, okay, maybe we can try. So we did that. He came to our room and did that. Within, like when we went back, we were pulled on the side by one of the sannyasi and told us, "Where did you take Janu?" And then it clicked me how even Swamiji knew that Janu had seen another physical therapist just while being in program. And then I admitted to Swamiji that this is how it had happened. Innocently, I didn't know, like, this is our fifth or sixth day, and that this is what we did. And Swamiji said, "Don't worry about it, I will heal." But what I'm trying to say is, when we are in program, we are in practically in lap of Swamiji. Whatever goes around him, it's everybody is connected. We are there, and the entanglement process and connection with Swamiji, how deeply it is, that's what we saw and experienced.
You have anything to share, Mas Marana? What
So,
was your experience? What was your powerful cognition?
so my powerful cognition is connection to deity, because I am I do seva every day since to LA temple in these deities, and the every time, I mean, when you are in the Garbha Mandir and doing deity seva, how you're thoughtless, you're just feeling so, I mean, so amazing, know how, no matter how you are feeling while going there, or whatever happens in your life, or it's just the healing happens, just being there. And especially when you are doing deity seva, is like when you're touching and you're doing alankar, doing abhishekam, it does heal you. Have experienced through all these years doing this deity seva.
Beautiful. Actually, LA temple is very, very special. Swamiji has told it is his heart. Like, it is such a beautiful, powerful temple. Beautiful. And as you said, the deities are alive there. And of course, several experiences each one of us have had. Would you like to share any such experience that you have experienced personally with the deities there as you are doing the seva at the temple?
Throughout any time, like I love when I do alankar, and when I just sit back and see that how they are feeling, you can feel how they are feeling. Sometimes they're very serious, sometimes so blissful. And yes, experience is like, when you're putting alankar, when you're putting a sari on Devi, and it's like you try and it will not work, and then you change some other sari and it just happen. It's like, they do play around with you, and it's just, yes.
So true, Ma. Actually, there have been so many wonderful experiences that I personally have had in the Los Angeles temple, and of course, the deity worship is something that Swamiji has emphasized, and especially daily temple visits and offering our gratitude to the deities. And as Swamiji said, each one of the deities are physical representations of Swamiji himself, as they are entangled with Swamiji. So, how has this, like seva at the Los Angeles, Kailasa, Los Angeles, how has it shifted you in an emotional state, or a mental state? How has it helped you personally?
Yes, it have healed me tremendously. Doing deity seva, just for I never had done deity seva. The gratitude, all these, healing gratitude, um, feeling connection to deities. I guess that have made my connection stronger to Swamiji as well. Feeling that I do see some, just feeling, not even feeling, that I'm doing seva to Swamiji, you know. Yes.
Beautiful. Actually, there are no words to express. I know you're trying to express like what it is, that feeling, that overwhelming, feeling that you, as you're doing seva at the temple, especially the Los Angeles temple deities are just grand, in not only in size, but you can feel their presence. And every single one, almost every single person that is doing the seva has done the seva, all express that, no matter what is going on in your inner space, anytime you go do the seva, by the time you finish, doing the abhishekam, do the alankar, by the time you are done, with the seva, the deity has already done the cleansing inside of you, and you are completely blissful, joyful for no reason, just feeling complete.
Yes.
So every single one of his experiences, of course, along with that goes the leelas of the deities that they do while we are doing the alankara or abhishekam.
Yeah.
So that comes with it. So yes.
Actually, sorry, I just want to say one thing. I can see, we have uh, Hari, Hari Krishna, who is commenting on the chat, and he's saying, Jai Hindu ancient knowledge for benefit of all society. Actually, see, Swamiji has said that Hinduism has the solution to all the problems that the world is facing today. And we have the solutions from the Vedas, from the Agamas, time tested, foolproof. And we just need to share this with the entire world, and which is what Swamiji is doing today. He is reaching out to the international community and sharing this ancient Hindu knowledge for the benefit of, for not just Hindus, but for the entire humanity. And he's even gone to the extent of creating, reviving the only Hindu nation, KAILASA, for the sake of the entire humanity. And such simple solutions, such as how we have also Robert Mankeaya, who's commenting how simply and beautifully Swamiji has explained in the Satsang what is entanglement, right? And how healing can happen through entanglement. And like that, there are such simple solutions that Paramashiva has given us in and revealed in the Vedas and Agamas, that Swamiji has revived and already sharing it for the entire humanity. And I would like to ask Mas Marana and Shaileshaya, like how Ma Primatma was saying, Swamiji, he's not only healing others, he's actually also gifting this power to others so that others can heal, right? Other people, actually also ourselves. And I would like to ask, you would, of course, as a long-time disciple of Swamiji, you would have the Atma Linga, and so many other ways Swamiji has given us where we can heal people, such as through the bhasma. So can you share, what experience you've had when you healed other people with the blessings of Swamiji, when Swamiji just, flow through you to heal others? Any sharings you can share, Ma, in Selishaya?
How Swamiji explained us in the satsang we just listened, that when a healer is doing healing, the person is in entanglement with Swamiji. So that gets us in inner space, gets connected with Swamiji, and that's how the healing passes through. So when we are doing healing, the spiritual healing, it helps us staying entangled with Swamiji, helps with our inner space, the thought process going on, and keeps us in those powerful cognition. And many of us have seen and experienced the healing of many people, the spiritual healing we have provided at the temple, and it helps the person who is receiving the healing, but also helps the healer with this healing process.
Yes, thank you, Aya. Anything you would like to share, Ma?
At this moment, but have healed, have done healing to others, and they come back and actually experience like pain is gone, or like they're emotional, or that healing have happened.
Definitely.
Yes, Ma. Actually, how Seleshaya was sharing, what is very special with the healing that Swamiji initiates us with, whether it is Nitya healing or healing through the Atmalinga, it's that it's not just the person who is receiving the healing, who is getting healed. It is the person giving the healing also who is getting healed. It is because the science is completely different from Reiki healing or any other healing. And in Nitya healing or healing through the Atma Linga, it's literally the cosmos, Paramashiva, Swamiji himself flowing through our body. Our body becomes the vessel through which this cosmic energy flows to the other person. And like that, both the healer and the person receiving the healing gets healed. But when it comes to other, such as Reiki healing, it is just actually the person who is doing the Reiki healing, for example, it is that person is using only his energy to heal the other person, and which is why actually Swamiji had said that during Reiki healing there's transfer of karma that happens because the Reiki healer is using his own or her own energy. So that's a very important point that you have shared here, Aya. And once again, I would like to invite all our viewers here. If you have any such healing from Swamiji or any experiences you've had when healing others after having received the initiation from Swamiji, you can put your comments here. And I would like to invite all the viewers, to come and attend the Paramashiva Sena program that is going to start in August 1st, and it is happening in Kailasa, Los Angeles. It is a 1 month full program, and during this program, you can get initiation, you can receive initiation from Swamiji to become a healer, to heal yourself and to heal others as well.
And actually, go ahead.
I would like to mention one experience I had. Like healing, as we talked, helps the healer and helps the other person. But with that healing and enriching, I had experience with one of my friend who was going through marital problem, family problem, was living by himself. He himself is a physician, and through enriching and with this experience, I enriched him to come with us for one another program, and we went for inner awakening in Biddi, Bangalore, and because of his marital problem, family problem, he has one son and one daughter. None of them would talk to him. The wife would not talk to him. He came to the program, and on the fourth day, he came on mic and told Swamiji that I don't know what I am doing here, what happened since I came here, but my mind used to run 110 miles an hour, and now I feel completely calm and I don't have any thoughts in my mind. And since that program, we have seen the change in his life also. Now his son, who lives in a different state, would go once a month and visit him. So not only just physical healing, but the mental healing, the social and family life, we have seen the changes, how it can change somebody's life.
So beautiful, Aya. That is totally true. In every possible way, Swamiji is healing us. And not only that, like we have discussed about, the Atmalinga healing, Nitya spiritual healing. Swamiji has initiated us into third eye power, third eye power, healing through the third eye power and various techniques. And also using the mantra, chanting the Mahavakya. So actually, so now let us hear from Swamiji the healing through the mantra, the power of mantras that can heal, as we listen from Swamiji.
सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject is healing through mantras. Let's get to the basics. Whatever exists as sound. Again and again Upanishad says, Nada Brahman. From the Nada, the sound, the existence expresses itself. The other day I was telling, everything is made out of molecules. Molecules are made out of atoms. Atoms are made out of something called subatomic particles, quarks. It is the nada, sound, which acts as energy field which keeps the quarks together, which binds quarks together and retains the solid form, an object, matter. So nada is the ingredient
which is responsible for mud to remain a spot. Whatever you see, the reason for it to remain in its shape, nada is responsible. The sound, the vibration, when it comes from the pure source, uncreated, it's called anahata. In each one of us, the ability to listen to anahata exists, uncreated sound. See, if a sound is created by two things striking each other, if it happens because of two things hitting each other, it is called ahata. Anahata means the sound which is created by not two things striking each other. Anahata. Two things, without two things hitting each other, if the sound is created, it is called anahata dvani. The pure source of sound, anahata dvani, when that anahata gets mixed with these quarks, subatomic particles, it retains the quarks in different forms through its energy binding. So that is responsible for matter to exist, the solid to exist. So your body is made out of quarks and the nada. Nada is the energy field which keeps the quarks together. So your body can exist as it exists now. Very beautiful verse from a great saint from my native place, Arunagirinatha. He's a very great saint. A few centuries before he lived. In his verses, he beautifully describes Nada Vindu Kaladi Namo Namo. He describes Subramanya, the second son of Shiva. I can say the son is not the right word. The expression of Shiva as the Lord of Nada and Vindu. Understand, the subatomic particle quarks is the Bindu, the life energy, and Nada is the force which creates energy field. He says, Arunagirinatha is a great master, he puts Nada as first, Bindu second. Because Bindu by its own existence is Shava. Only when the Nada is added to it, it becomes Shiva. That is what Tantra Shastra describes as Kali lying on the ground, Shiva lying on the ground and Kali standing on it. She is Nada, the binding force, and the Shiva is Bindu. Unless the Nada acts as a binding force, Bindu has no action. Nothing is possible by the Bindu. The sound is responsible for what you are. So sound is responsible for the sickness you carry, whether physically or mentally. If the energy field which binds the quarks is responsible for your disease and depression, if that energy field is altered, naturally the disease and depression will be cured, healed. Understand? By its very nature, quarks has no disease. It is pure consciousness. Only nada is responsible for the disease or health, depression or expression. So it is nada is responsible. You can work only on nada. You cannot work on bindu. Bindu is beyond consumption, the pure consciousness. So all healing systems works on nada. Of course, if it is real healing system. Any healing happens only when the work happens on nada. You can work only on nada, you cannot work on bindu. It's a basic truth. So all healings happens on the energy of nada. So, two ways you can work on nada. One, creating the right sound and repairing the wounded nada. That is what is done through mantra. Or taking your disturbed nada structure to a being where anahata is continuously happening. In that very silence, your wounded nada structure gets healed, realigned, reorganized, restructured. One important thing, if it happens through the right sound, only the physical healing and mental healing happens. Whatever vibration sounds were created, the effect of that happens in the system. If there is a wound, if there is a sound, that sound heals the wound. The right sound does its job. But if the wounded nada structure is brought near the anahata dvani, the uncreated sound which constantly master is radiating, which Shankara calls us very beautifully, Chitram Vadadaror Mule Vriddha Sishya Gurur Yuvaha Gurostu Maunam Vyagyanam Sishyastu Chinna Samsayaha. The word Maunam Vyagyanam means all his expressions and discourses are in and from anahata dvani, the uncreated sound. In and anahata dvani. That is what Shankara calls Maunam Vyagyanam. When your wounded nada structure goes near the anahata structure, not only your whole body and mind goes through complete restructuring and transformation, even your brain, your cognition goes through rewiring and your consciousness gets awakened. That is why the Master's presence, the intense soundless sound, the vibrant silence, the vibration of anahata dvani is considered as sarvaroha nivarani, the healing method for all possible diseases. All possible diseases are healed just by the vibrant silence of a living master, the anahata dvani. intense sound or intense silence comes from anahata, the uncreated sound, heals the body, heals the mind, rewires the brain, transforms consciousness. All the sounds created from anahata dvani is called mantra. And anahata dvani as it is called nada brahma. The word mantra means, there is a beautiful two explanations for mantra. I have manaha trayate idi mantraha, mananat trayate idi mantraha. Two meaning, two explanations. Manaha trayate idi mantraha, mananat trayate idi mantraha. Mananat trayate idi mantraha means mantra is that which protects those who reflect on it. The second explanation, manaha trayate idi mantraha means that which helps to cross the mind is mantra. See, one explanation, when you meditate on it, it helps you, is mantra. That is what I call the sounds created out of anahata dvani. The second meaning, which helps you to cross the mind itself, that is what I call anahata dvani itself, not the sounds out of anahata dvani, the very anahata dvani. Mantra has two meanings, the sounds out of anahata dvani and the very anahata dvani, nada, nada brahma. Everything is possible by nada, by mantra. Understand? In the world there were two traditions. The whole world is light and sound. Two traditions. The traditions which did whatever they want to do by manipulating the light particles. That is what is the electronic tradition. The tradition which did whatever they want through the sound particle, nada brahma, that is what is Vedic tradition. In the East, they worked on sound and did whatever they want and handled all the energies, intelligence, practically the whole cosmos. In the West, new sciences started evolving, handling the light particles. The whole base of the science is handling the light particles. Using the light particles to do whatever you want and win over the nature. One important thing, the science uses the electric particles, the light particles, and flies, floats, drives, does whatever it wants through the light particle. And Vedic tradition was doing all this through the sound particle. Flying, driving, floating, what not, even weapons. Everything was done in the Vedic tradition by the sound particle. Unfortunately, the mass destruction happened in Mahabharata war and other 2-3 big calamities. The Sindhu Saraswati river drying, the Saraswati river drying. These few calamities was responsible. Because of these few calamities, the science of handling sound and playing with extraordinary things got lost, did not get transmitted. Please understand. When I read the Vedas, I can very clearly understand how the Pushpaka Vimana, the Vedic flights were functioning. They will sit in the seat and just create particular vibrations, and the flight will take off. If they need to turn this side, particular vibration, turn this side, particular vibration, because the whole thing was handled just by the sound and vibration. Same way, the weapons used with sounds and vibrations, unfortunately, many of these things are lost. But I think it is time we revive the science based on sound. One important thing you need to know, science based on light always is extravert, grass. Science based on sound is always introvert, subtle. The subtle science is revived, we will not be hurting the planet Earth so much. The resources will not be exploited. Understand? The light-based tradition and the sound-based tradition, the sound science and the light science. Because the light science is by its nature grass, using all the resources which can be depleted, expired, exhausted. But the sound is by its nature subtle, it is inexhaustible resource. I tell you, any time and energy put in reviving the sound-based researches and discoveries and traditions will give a big breakthrough to the humanity, because we are tapping into the inexhaustible resource. We don't even need sun to survive if we tap into the science of sound. As long as you are based on the science of light, you need sun to exist. If you tap into the source of sound, you don't even need sun. The extinction of sun will not be a threat to planet Earth and the human civilization. Vedic masters are able to summon sun and moon and any energies just by sound. Just by sound, they are able to summon anybody and achieve whatever they want. It is time we experience the soundless sound, anahata dhvani, and science of sound, not only healing the body and mind, doing whatever we want through sounds should be rediscovered, made to be available, and should be transmitted. It should become the science available to humanity again. One of the important activity which we already took up, which we are going to strengthen now, is the science of sound. The science of using the mantras for proper purposes and using the soundless sound, sound beyond sound, for transformation itself. Blessed are those who get the space where the soundless sound goes on vibrating. The maunam vyagyanam goes on happening. Very beautifully Shankara sings. Chitram vadataror mule vriddha sishya gurur yuvaha gurostu maunam vyagyanam sishyastu chinna samsaya. What a surprise! Under this big banyan tree, a youth, yuvaha, youngster, is sitting as a guru. Vriddhaha, all the old people are sitting as disciples, and Maunam Vyagyanam, his vibrant silence, the soundless sound, his expressions in silence, so powerful. Sishyastu chinna samsaya, all the doubts and negativities in the disciples just disappears. Chinna samsaya, destroyed. The soundless sound. Let us all sit in the soundless sound. You all heard enough sounds coming out of the soundless sound. Let you all hear the very soundless sound itself.
So many great revelations in this satsang. I mean, in the beginning, we were hearing, right? Like just being in Swamiji's presence. That's all we did, and the healing happened. And Swamiji in this satsang revealed the whole science of how that happens, how that works, how just the Anahata Dvani of Swamiji literally heals everyone. And when we entangle with that space, no matter where we are, that healing happens. Such a beautiful science, like to the minute details. Swamiji explains the science of sound, the science of healing. And one other powerful click that I got from this satsang, how Swamiji is explaining about the nada and the bindu, the sound and the light. And Swamiji was saying the light tradition, people that are using the light resources are extroverts, and because of that, so much of exploitation of the planet Earth's resources are exploited. And the tradition of the people that are sound-based, researchers, they are more introvert, subtle, and when that breakthrough happens in using the sound energy, which is the inexhaustible resource, that the Earth would be more peaceful. And Swamiji has multiple times shared the rotation of the Earth, the revolution of the Earth, the sound that is generated by the Earth, by the planet Earth, is a huge resource which is untapped into. And when we do that, there would be absolutely no need to exploit the way that we are exploiting by either, cutting down the trees and whatnot done for the generating that energy, the inexhaustible source of energy we would be accessing. Of course, the Vedic tradition, the Hindu tradition, always has accessed only the inexhaustible resource, not those that are, can be exhausted. Such a beautiful satsang and powerful clicks. So, Shailesh Patelaya and Mas Maranama, what is the powerful cognition that you got from this satsang?
See, the powerful cognition I got is how Swamiji said, explained that mauna, right? Anaha, the dhvani, and that can heal us, right? So, like even Swamiji even physically says when we go to program or attending any program that you don't have to do anything, right? That's how when we connect, it's silence itself can change what we want in ourselves.
And what I got the click is, Mahavakya. When you chant Mahavakya, how it brings the healing. And I have experienced that also. Before we met Swamiji, just somebody, told me to chant Om Rim Nithyanandaya Namaha, and I was constantly chanting that, and that brought so much healing because I was going through this, for my daughter Janu, and even that before I met Swamiji. So this is the experience, and now also, of course, anytime the Mahavakya, how you continuously chant, and it just you experience the vibration in you by chanting Mahavakya. Yes.
Wonderful, Ma. The Ajapa Japa of the Mahavakya is the 911 we all have. Any
Yes.
moment we chant, Swamiji is literally there, and whatever the situation is, he handles it. And today, along with us, there are so many viewers enjoying these powerful revelations from Swamiji. And Robert Mahankaya is asking, beloved Swamiji, please teach me the signs of sound. Thank you. So, Robert Aya, please come to Los Angeles. The Paramashiva Sena program is starting on August 1st. So definitely you will hear this, and Swamiji would teach you this science, and not only related to sound, of course, about yourself and the highest consciousness and your access to it. So definitely do please register for Paramashiva Sena if you have not done already at kailasa.org. The website by the PSS /PSS, you can register for this program. So today we had such a beautiful sharing from Mas Marana and Shaileshaya, and Swamiji's every satsang. Of course, not only revelations, is literally to the dot. How you started sharing your experience. By we just went and sat in Swamiji's presence and Swamiji healed. How did that happen? Swamiji's explained through these two satsangs. So it was wonderful to have you both, and we enjoyed learning along with you the revelations and powerful cognitions.
Actually, I have a question before as we're coming close to the end of the show. I do have a question for Ma and Aya. See, for somebody who is starting their healing journey, or they are looking for healing, but they don't know where to turn to, or how to begin this healing journey, what simple daily practice would you recommend to them?
And one of the satsang out of these two, Swamiji said, right? Listening daily satsang, that keeps us in and gets us connected with Swamiji and keeps us in that space. So that's one simple way to start listening to the satsangs. And I can share that that's how we started. Started with listening satsang, and that helped us change our inner space and helped us get connected and this new spiritual journey of ours.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I was not very audible. I was just saying that definitely, Aya. It is so simple. Like you mentioned, just sitting in satsang with Swamiji is, can bring us to this entanglement, and it doesn't even have to be in the physical presence of Swamiji. It can even just be on YouTube or two-way video conferencing. That is enough for Swamiji to, to basically bring us to in this entanglement with him, and it is just as simple as that. And Ma, what would you have to share for our viewers? What recommendation would you give to them?
Deity seva. Deity seva is one way to connecting and getting entangled, uh, healing. It is such a powerful way of, for me, it is such a powerful way of connecting and getting healed.
Yes, ma. Actually, you could, I can, vouch for that experience in Los Angeles temple, where Swamiji himself has personally done the prana pratishtha of every single deity in, 2007. Swamiji had physically, inaugurated the temple and done the prana pratishtha, and every single deity there is alive, and you can literally uh, feel, hear that soundless sound in that the temple space, that beautiful energy space. And Mas Marana, I have a very special question for you. You have been here almost 2 hours, and literally, as we were discussing before the program started, how was your inner space about this whole live show, and how are you feeling now?
This is I'm very blissful, very calm, and my gosh, this is totally, I mean, I can feel Swamiji's, energy through
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
Yes.
See, the reason why I'm specifically asking you is that you were going through anxiety about this whole idea of going live on, and how Swamiji simply took care. Would you like to share your experience?
Yes. So,
Yeah, I was busy with my work, so it was questionable whether I would be able to attend the session or not. So she had to attend the session by herself, and that created so much of anxiety. She started calling Ma Muktika and others to get help and trying to avoid. But just sitting here, being in the presence of Swamiji. I see big change in her.
Yes, ma'am. What is your experience? What a breakthrough it is, actually.
actually, there is nothing to be fear. It is just my thought, and the heavy, that the thought and the feeling was giving me so much heaviness in me, not to, not to come, and it's I yeah, it was just I mean, I was even through the process, I was even seeing that how calm I am, and my space is just so calm, and there is nothing to fear. It's just thought is there to making me anxiety. And just jumping into just saying yes, it just melted down. It and yes, just being here is just so nice.
So
And
beautiful, ma'am. Thank you for
I would say one other thing is about the programs. We have seen people having a lot of hesitance about doing program, and once the same way when they go through it, then they see the difference and they feel it was one of the best decisions they did in their life about attending this inner awakening or PSS program.
definitely. So beautifully put, Aya and Ma. How you had shared. that literally you were going through a lot of anxiety about, going live, what that actually caused inside you, such a turmoil of anxiety, fear of facing it. But Swamiji just very beautifully, very smoothly, even without you realizing that that whole anxiety, that fear has been removed from you, enjoying such a smooth sail. This is
Yes.
just one example of how Swamiji takes care of the situations or ideas that we carry about life. For many people, the fear of public speaking and, oh, would I say something wrong? That's something that is prevalent in many people. But how very seamlessly Swamiji just takes care of it. Whether it is a fear of public speaking, whether it is headache, anything that we go through in life, simply Swamiji takes care. While we are just looking at something, attending and enjoying and cherishing Swamiji's satsang, before that Swamiji has already taken care of it. And today we had such beautiful revelations from Swamiji about healing and what we need to do, nothing. We just need to sit in Swamiji's presence, and Swamiji says, my blessing is always there, your blessing is what is needed. And all we need to do is just go sit in Swamiji's presence. And Swamiji has made himself available for us every single day. The Paramashiva Sena program that is happening right now in Los Angeles, the next season, starting on August 1st. So please do take your opportunity, make use of this opportunity, and bless yourself by registering for this program. The program is offered absolutely free, and it is a training program to being the ambassador of Paramashiva. So such a beautiful blessing it is for us to take part and enjoy. And through this Chaturmasya, this is the 45th Chaturmasya, our beloved Swamiji. And during this period between Guru Purnima and Vijayadasami, we are listening to Swamiji's satsangs every day as part of one of the spiritual practices in having the powerful cognitions in living the spiritual life, practicing the spiritual practices through this season. And every single satsang, even what Swamiji was sharing in one of the satsangs that we listened today, all you need to do is just listen to satsang. I will take care for your entanglement to be happening with me. And just by listening to Swamiji, that elevates us to our highest space, being in that bliss, being in that space of oneness with Swamiji.
Actually, I want to add one thing to what Mas Marana was sharing. Ma, you mentioned how, before coming to the show, you were having a lot of anxiety, and, it was just because of your thoughts. Your thoughts were making you so heavy. But in the satsang that we've just listened to during the show, Swamiji actually explained, like, when what happens is, when there are too many thoughts inside us, that's when we become too, like, grounded, right? And all that he does is he just removes all of that, and just for a few seconds he brings us to his frequency, and that's all is required. So is exactly what happened, Ma. And actually I do want to share, when Ma Prematma was calling you to to invite you to the show, and actually we were listening to Ma Pramatma was saying that she was listening to a satsang, and just at that moment where you picked up the phone, Swamiji in the satsang was just saying smarana many times, smarana smarana. So, and during this show we can actually see a live example of how the healing happened to you. The anxiety just melted, and it didn't even require the physical presence of Swamiji. Even in this show, his presence is here. It can be felt, as you've mentioned, that powerful, that space is. And so, that's all I wanted to share. And it's not a coincidence that today you came in the show. It was all a divine leela for you to come and actually receive this healing, that you've had about, the anxiety of coming live and, speaking. So that's all I wanted to share. And actually, as we come close to the end of the show, any message, anything else, both of you would like to add? So you're muted, Masmarana, you're muted.
And when the program is happening in Kailasa, USA, and that's where we started and we experienced this healing. Yeah, so that's all.
Yes, the program is starting August 1st at KAILASA, USA, Los Angeles.
Yes, ma'am. So actually, the healing that Swamiji blesses us with, it is not just the physical healing. No matter what we are going through in our life, whether it may be your job, whether it may be your family situation, or it could be anything that you are facing right now and trying to manage, trying to handle. And literally, Swamiji, takes care of every one of our issues. And if you are watching this show, please do come. The doors are always open to Kailasa. And you can, as you're waiting for the next program, you can, of course, join us always every day, 7 to 9. We are sharing Swamiji's Satsang and listening to Swamiji and sharing the powerful cognitions. And today, we were talking about healing. And every day, we would be coming back throughout this Chaturmasya, listening to Swamiji's Satsang and sharing the powerful cognitions. So we thank Mas Marana and Shailesh Patelaya for joining us today. And we hope to have every day different guests coming and sharing their wonderful experiences, miracles that have that they are enjoying being with the blessings of Swamiji. So thank you both for joining today. And we really enjoyed having both of you in this show. And every time, actually, every night it amazes us both, because we think we are coming to listen to Swamiji and okay, we are going to share powerful cognitions, but every single day, some breakthrough or the other Swamiji gives to each one of us, some powerful shift in our inner space that Swamiji is giving us just by being part of this show, and for those who are watching. Thank you, Swamiji. And we look forward to further satsangs. Thank you, Masmarana, and thank you, Shaileshaya, for joining us tonight.
For inviting, yes, Nithyananda.
Nithyananda.
Close with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.